relationship. What have been some of your like solid, proven, I know this works really well when I need to have a tough conversation with your wife?
First thing is patience.
Mm-hmm.
Rarely is anything an immediate like emergency that you
Yeah.
have to discuss in this moment right now when the thought comes to your head.
Mm-hmm.
So the best thing is just to wait,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of things you'll realize over time, not that big of a deal to you. It helps you gather your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
It helps you act with tact and understand when the best time is to communicate this.
Yeah.
So that's one. Number two is just over time observing your partner to understand how they accept criticism.
Yeah.
You have to learn the ways that you tried to do it and it didn't work,
Mm-hmm.
and the ways that it has worked before or has worked in the past. A lot of times it's helpful to lead with your own things and
Yeah.
your own issues,
Mm-hmm.
and not putting the blame on the person,
Mm-hmm.
especially like from the gate. Because if you do that from the gate, it's already in defensive position.
Yeah.
If you come with, because I don't care what's going on, there's always a part that everyone has to play.
Mm-hmm.
You could say like, I'm trying to do a better job at, listening and understanding and spending more time. And
Mm-hmm.
you can lead into what you're trying to do better and what you feel like you could be doing better to foster an environment for what you're ultimately looking for that person. So I think those are my main things that I try to figure out, and use when I'm trying to navigate difficult conversations. But I have a question for you,
Mm-hmm.
especially with this scenario, which I find important or an interesting question when it comes to relationships, because I've dealt with these hard conversations before.
Yeah.
Do you, and I have a thought with this too, but do you feel like it's right to force your partner to prematurely share something that they tell you they're not ready to share?
Mm-hmm.
Even if you feel the vibe is off and something's bothering them?
No, I don't think it's right for you to force someone to prematurely share something, especially if they literally said, I'm not ready to share it. I'm not ready to talk about it. I don't think it's anything wrong with you doubling down on the ask. Like if you ask about it one time and they say, I'm not ready to share, and then you making a second attempt to maybe assure them that it's safe for them to share, that it's okay for them to share. Like, I really want to know because I can tell that things are off with you. I think it's okay to make a second attempt at it.
Mm-hmm.
But if they say, I'm just really not ready to share and I will share when I'm ready, I just think you have to lay off of it. It goes into the patience bucket. And all of us communicate, there are tons of communication styles, but all of us arrive to our decisions to share certain things at different times.
For
Some
sure.
people can just run it off and they're very direct and very blunt. And that doesn't mean they're mean, but they're just like, yeah, this, and this. And I don't like that. And I do like this. And yes, I love you. And I wanted to work out, but blah, 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 blah. And other people are overthinkers. Like for me, I can be an overthinker because I am very cognizant of being understood. And so sometimes I overwork thoughts because when it comes out of my mouth, I really want you to understand what I'm saying.
And I'm not trying to offend you.
Yeah,
And I don't want
like,
you to
so
feel some
sometimes
type
I
of
go
way.
nuts
So it's
with
like,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. And so it could take hours, it could take days. And so for a person that's dating me, that could be hard because you want to know right now. I do think for me, when I think about navigating difficult conversations, one approach that has always worked pretty well for me is to lead with like the reminders of like, not so much that I love you, because I think that's just duh.
Yeah.
It's like I am here for you, or I support you, or know that this is coming from like a good place. Like I am your person, like a reminder that I am probably the closest person to you. So know that it is coming from that place, not coming from a place to harm you. It's coming from a place of like extreme love, if you will, of like, I am like that for you. And so this comes from that place. And I also think stating what you want up front, and what you want meaning, I want to talk about this, but I do want, when we finish having this conversation, for us to be in a better place. I want us to be on the same page. I want us to get better at having these types of conversations. Like, tell them what solution you already have in mind, and also just be open to, like you said, patience around. It may take time after you have that difficult conversation, present that difficult concept, or ask for an open relationship. It may take time for a person to like process that and sit with that. And you may not at the end get the, babe, this was great, I love you. They may really like walk away like, I still don't feel good. I'm glad we talked, but I don't feel good.
It's certain conversations there is no. I remember I like when they talk about the president. It says if it reaches my desk, is bad and worse. Like there is no one. Everybody's gonna be happy and one. No, there are certain conversations in a relationship to where it's like
it's not.
I don't care how I word this. It's just not gonna feel good.
It's not gonna feel good.
It's not gonna feel good.
It's really not.
But I also feel like as a partner, you owe it to that person to be that person for them. Like if not you, then who else? Like
that part.
I love that you said that, because I have these conversations with my wife all the time. Like especially when it's around like business, because we were in business together for so long, and she has like these ideas and things that she wants to do and things that are great. And then she talks to other people and people tell her how great they are. And sometimes a little disheartening when she comes to me, because I start to poke holes in it and ask questions, and I don't say how great it is or how amazing it is. But I'm like, those people don't like, they don't know. Like I know you, and I care about you. My job is to poke holes. I ain't leaving. I'm here with you. I'm patching the holes. We
gonna
with
get
you.
it done, but I just need to. We got to paint the whole picture.
Yeah, I gotta paint the whole picture, and it's my job to be there to be like, well, why would you do this? You don't even like to do this, so why would you do that? Remember the last time you dealt with this and this and that? Like that's my responsibility, and it's hard to have those conversations because you want your person to just always be like, I'm your biggest fan, like I'll do anything. And it's like, no, like I'm here to be that honest person, and those difficult conversations are hard sometimes. And I think to the question I asked you too, it's like you don't want to force people, because I know in this situation the person who wrote in is just talking about like, I can sense it, and that's hard, right? When you can feel it. But a few things that in that situation that I learned help, because I tried to force the conversation, doesn't end up well, because you get a half-baked thought, and then it's not even how they truly feel, because a lot of times they're holding it off, sometimes because they're trying to work through how they feel or why they even feel that way. It's like real battle of emotions. Sometimes when I talk to Bree, she's like what was going on through my head at that time was like, I was extremely mad. I was resentful of you. But then I looked at my life and all the things you did, and I'm like, how could I feel this way? This person is amazing. Like, these are the conflicting thoughts. And if you're trying to get something from somebody mid that, who knows what you're gonna get? Because
you could get an eruption of like, well, since you want to know so bad, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? And now we arguing because I flipped.
And it's not even, it may not even be how I truly feel once I like thought about it and figured it out. But the thing that's helped me in those situations is first asking, like, was there anything that I did? You don't gotta tell me what it is, but was there anything that I did? And is there anything that I can do in this moment to do better, make you feel better, anything like that? I'm not asking you to tell me, because you may not be ready to tell me, but I just need to make sure, because it may be me, it may not be me. You know, there may be something I could do to help you. Like take something off your load, like take a load off of your plate, or something that I can do to help in this situation. But when somebody is like internally, I feel like you don't want, like, it's a good situation to be in when somebody is trying to really think about how they're going to share something with you. Because the people that don't care about you a lot of times will just say it
throw it
raw,
in your
not
face.
care about your feelings, not care how it comes off. But if somebody's like meticulously like trying to figure out how to word it, they probably care. That's why they're trying to do it. They don't want to upset you. They don't want to, you know, make a fuss. They don't want to argue. They're trying to figure it out. So sometimes you got to give people that grace in that moment.